My DeWalt thicknesser doesn't like to plane strips less than 10 millimeters, at least not very well. And the reason is as I adjust this infeed table all the way up, as it gets closer and closer to those tines that stick down to hold the wood in place, the table starts to bind, like it just doesn't have any more adjustments. So maybe the thickest piece I could plane would be 7 millimeters at best. So to get around this, I use a piece of melamine coated chipboard with a stopper on the end that stops the melamine from being pulled through the thicknesser. And this accomplishes a couple of things. I find the stock just slides across the melamine much better than it does the aluminum table that's stocked with the thicknesser. And also, because the melamine's about 19 millimeters thick, I can lower the table to 30 millimeters for a 10 millimeter thick strip. I just add 20 to what I want. And I feed the piece through, hoping to make no contact at first. I just want the piece to slide through. I don't want the blades to hit it. And once I do that, I just make little adjustments to the height until I make that first contact and take off very little of the strip going through. As you'll see here in a second, the first piece I put through came out clean. There was no tear out on it, and I was happy with that piece, but this is why I don't take a whole lot off on the first cut, because I don't want to just knock it down to the desired thickness straight away. I want to check to see that it's not cutting against the grain and causing tear out. So this piece that I'm putting through now, I check it in a second, and it does have some tear out on it. And because I still have room to plane it down, I just flip it over and feed it the other direction so that now I'm cutting with the grain, and that helps eliminate a lot of the tear out. Woods like maple are very difficult at times. You get tear out no matter what, and sometimes you have complicated grain patterns that make this tricky. But I find that this method, by just testing it with a small cut and then seeing if there's tear out and then turning it around and feeding it in the other direction, 90% of the time, this works great. And as I lay the wood down there on the bench, I just lay it down in the direction it's meant to be fed through the thicknesser. I use a pair of calipers to measure the thickness of the strips, and I just keep making small adjustments until I get it down to the desired thickness. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate your time.